Hello artist, you are going to be doing a printmaking lesson on the Day of the Dead. And in order to get this done, you will need a paper which will have information for you to fill out on the back. You will need your reference sheets to use, pencil, eraser, ballpoint pen, and a styrofoam. This quality is not good, you're gonna get a better quality. So the Day of the Dead is celebrated on November 1st, mainly in Mexico, and it is observed in other places of people of Mexican heritage. It's not a sad day, but it's more of a day of joyful celebrating. Lots of family and friends gather to pay respects and remember friends and family members who have passed away. There's more of a humorous tone in it than, and the funny things that happened with the people that they are remembering, rather than seeing it as a day of mourning. So this is an exciting lesson I saw at a workshop, so we are going to get started. So let's get started. So you will need your reference sheets and your paper, and if you're in my art class, I always have you fill out this information so we don't lose your paper, and it needs to be folded. And you will need this later, but just make sure it fits in here, just like that. And so what you want to do is use the blank ones as a reference to draw on your paper. Remember to make this your own. And so for this, you want to kind of also, I think what also helps is finding the middle. So if you fold your paper here and then just press down, this gives you the middle. And then when you fold your paper this way, it gives you the other middle, so the line of symmetry. So that's the very center. So you can tell yourself, okay, well, that's where the nose is going. I know the eyes go here, the mouth will go here, and then everything here. So actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna start with the nose. And this just helps you really balance. And what I like is that it doesn't really matter how messy my drawing is. All that matters is when I do my final copy onto the styrofoam. And then I know two eyes will go here. And you don't have to copy the same way they've made their eyes. I just wanted some blank ones for you to use as a reference. For sure, look at these other ones. Some of these are round. Some of these are droopy, some of these are, rounded squares, do whatever. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, I kind of want to do round as well. Okay. And then, actually, you know what? No, I changed my mind. I want to do an upside down looking heart. Okay, and then for the mouth, you can use these as references as well, but as you can see, all the teeth are showing. So I'm gonna maybe put it here and do 1, 2, 3, 4, remember to go up higher, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then same thing for below, but just a little bit smaller. Okay. And then from there, draw the skull. This kind of helps you and remember, you have to look at which skull you want to use as reference. I mean, you can even stick to a simple skull, but as you notice, some of these, the cheekbones, kind of more prominent. I'm actually gonna just stick with basic. So it's kind of more out, and then it comes in, and this comes out. Notice I'm not really too concerned about using the eraser right away. I just want to get the sketch down, which is what I've always encouraged with self-portraits. Just get the sketch drawn. Now that that's done, actually kind of want to bring it and I want to bring it here. Okay, so now you look at all these designs, and I mean, there's a ton more, but you can use that to decorate your skull. So what I want to do, I actually kind of want to do a swirl. And I want this swirl going the other way. Okay. Now, one thing I do recommend, because here's like my example. So when I made this in the class, right before I started doing my printmaking, I decided to make this a lot thicker, which I'm so glad, because then it would have looked really lost and hidden. And I ended up making the eyes more thicker. So I do recommend that when you do your tracing, make it really thick. But then I realized my nose should have been thicker, and then the mouth should have been thicker. So think about the main features, make those lines thick. So make sure you just draw some really thick lines around those eyes and use those reference images that I've given you to decorate your skull. You can draw flowers inside the eyes, you can color the eyes completely, start drawing a bunch of designs where you want, swirls. And now I'm going to draw some flowers at the top of the skull. And I liked it so much that I decided to combine those two reference images, because as you can see, they have a flower coming from the top and the bottom, but then that other skull design has flowers on the sides. So I just combined it and decided I'm going to put flowers all around. But first I'm going to draw inside this heart. Draw some dots. Make sure I outline the nose really well so it'll be really thick on my printmaking design. Draw a flower down here. Duplicate that design. Draw some flowers on the side. Make sure the lines are thick for the mouth. Then I'm just gonna go back, add some leaves. Add some leaves at the top, leaves at the bottom. And because there's still some negative space or positive space, I'm gonna go in, break it up with some designs there, put some circles around that nose, and color in some things, and then add some, maybe 2 more leaves, just because there's some space right there, and 1 more on each side. And there you go. I'm going to just take a marker and outline the parts that I want darker, just so I can remember when I'm tracing onto the styrofoam. Those eyes, nose, mouth. I'm going to go ahead and darken those. And that should be good. Now you're going to get a styrofoam. You're going to slide it in. I completely forgot to add. Make sure you add some words somewhere. So you have to open the paper and write out what you want it to say. So Dia de los Muertos. There's other sayings on the reference pages that you can use. But write it on the inside, then turn the paper over, and then trace exactly how you wrote it. Because when you do printmaking, it's going to do a mirror image. So all your letters will come out backwards if you write it the correct way on the front side. So you want it written backwards on your paper. And now you're going to slide the styrofoam in. And you could tape it. I didn't have any tape. But I just took a pencil and traced around the styrofoam so I know where to keep it. But tape is a better option for sure. And then you can cut down the styrofoam as well when it's time to print. Make sure you fill out the back. This is 4th and 5th grade, and then just write printmaking sketch. When we're done with these, we will slide these in our sketchbook and just slide that in there. Use the ballpoint pen. Trace, 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 trace. Poke a hole. It might poke a hole in there. That's okay. You just want to make sure the ballpoint pen gets through. I don't recommend doing the skull first because then that just will poke out the entire skull. I didn't realize that until I got done, but it's fine. Got to go back, and then you're going to trace everything else.